What's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. You know what it is. Okay, man, so I just peeped the article on Deadspin that has to do with Tyson Fury's coming out debut. And I was kind of feeling the article in the beginning, but then the article took for a turn for the worse, and now I'm starting to see the direction they're trying to take, the world of boxing, and it absolutely disgusts me. It might ruffle a few feathers, pertaining to, what it is that you're into. I'm talking about your sexual demographic, whether you're a heterosexual male or a heterosexual female, transgender, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's your opinion, but I'm just going to go into it so y'all can get where I'm coming from. Okay, Tyson Fury was for all intents and purposes a fixed fight in his ESPN Plus and Las Vegas debut on Saturday night, beating the technically undefeated but deeply non-threatening Tom Schwartz in a second-round TKO against a no-name boxer who never fought outside of Germany or the Czech Republic before. Fury's goal was to put on a show, and he absolutely achieved it through his complete domination of the fight. By the second round, Fury wasn't even bothering to put his hands up, and even against a Magikarp like Schwartz, there was something deeply pleasurable in watching a 6'9" guy with this kind of agility. For Fury, who was fighting his first fight since signing a reported $100 million deal with Top Rank Boxing, the promotion gets the broadcast by ESPN. This whole affair was sadly transparent brand-building exercise. He sang Aerosmith after winning, for Christ's sake. But for anyone who has been following Fury since before the thrilling draw with Deontay Wilder, that marked his mainstream comeback in December. The way ESPN uncritically hyped him up as not just the lineal heavyweight champion, but also a fun-loving, charismatic entertainer, was both massively disappointing and depressing, and a depressing reflection of the fractured boxing landscape. Those checking out a Fury bout for the first time after a week of promotion on ESPN would have been completely unaware of his past, which is filled with some homophobia, transphobia, misogyny, and anti-Semitism. That all caught scrutiny when Fury first got famous around 2015, and here's some of his old hit. There are these girls who want to open up their legs to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, but they are looked upon as rubbish in our community. We don't do stuff like that. If I had a sister who did that, I'd hang her. She would bring disgrace on the family. It's a very, very bad thing to do. We don't do that. Women have to be pure and respectful. I believe a woman's best place is in the kitchen and on her back. That's my personal belief. There are only 3 things that need to be accomplished before the devil comes home. One of them is homosexuality, being legal in countries. One of them is abortion, and the other is pedophilia. Fury has never meaningfully apologized for these comments. His blanket statements about his words have emphasized his Christianity and denied his bigotry, but he has done nothing to show that the core of his beliefs has changed. I have reached out to an ESPN spokesperson for an official statement on Fury's past comments and will update if they respond. There are reasons to feel sympathy for Fury, who has been open about his struggles with depression or discrimination as a member of the traveler community, but at this moment in time, he is very rich, a very powerful man who only intensified boxing's long-standing hostility to gay people and femininity at a time when much of the rest of the world is trying to evolve past it. An honest portrayal of Fury has to show this side of him. But outside of the last 30 seconds of Around the Horn, ESPN has done the opposite, building him up as a lovable everyman who, despite a thin resume, deserves to be compared to boxing's all-time greats. Here's the promo that ran on ESPN Plus just before the beginning of the fight, in which Fury is made and then puts on a suit literally woven with images of great fighters from the past. If the suit fits, wear it. Well, Tyson Fury, the narrator says, I get Tessitore's excitement to an extent. Fury is a hell of a fighter, with a couple of classic battles to his name already, but as a trans woman, as well as a boxing fan, my main reaction to the Schwartz fights was one of frustration. There was such an enormous contrast between how ESPN portrayed Fury, the ultimate personality, to the quote Tessitore, and how I feel when I look at him, keenly aware of my own vulnerability. I would not feel safe talking face-to-face with Tyson Fury. or any fighter who has shared those beliefs. And ESPN disregard for that truth, and they stumbled over themselves to lionize Fury during Pride Month, no less, when every other brand is practically begging for LGBT community's money. Undeniably shakes me up. There are plenty of precedent for awful people to be turned into heroes by the boxing media. Just watch the way every time Showtime broadcasts fawns over Floyd Mayweather when he sits ringside for one of his promotees' fights, and ESPN Plus relationship with Kobe Bryant after he already shown where their priorities lie. But a non-champ like Fury's brand new symbiosis with the worldwide leader is notable, because it reflects the deepening fractures in boxing that make each famous fighter the king of his own small realm. The heavyweight division is currently in chaos now that Andy Ruiz holds most of the belts, but at the time of Fury signing the top rank, there were three major players: Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, and Tyson Fury. Joshua signed with DAZN, Wilder was tied to Showtime, and Fury ended up with the remaining major broadcaster that wasn't Fox. For any boxing fan, the situation is frustrating for the way it inhibits the best matchups. I'm not holding my breath for a Wilder Fury rematch if both sides have to squabble over who gets to televise it. But for ESPN in particular, or any other broadcaster, it means their guys have to become the main attraction regardless of skill level. It's not exactly news to say that ESPN gives more promotion to the events than it broadcasts. But unlike, say, the NBA getting more love than the NHL, the way boxing is split up truly warps the hierarchy of the sport. Imagine, for instance, if ESPN only had the rights to broadcast games in the NBA's Eastern Conference but not the West. Whose MVP campaign would you get more coverage, Giannis Antetokounmpo or James Harden's? If ESPN had the ability to show Anthony Joshua's fights, the British ex-champ would have received the same exact treatment in the lead up to his bout against Ruiz. If ESPN had Wilder, they would still be showing his knockout of Brazil to an endless loop. But ESPN instead has Fury and all the problems he brings with him. And if they want people to watch top-ranked fights they broadcast, they have to act like he's the best. They have to sell him. Because they can't do comprehensive coverage on the entire boxing world, ESPN, the most watched sports network in the country, has a clear investment into making sure Tyson Fury is both well-liked as a person and highly respected as a boxer. And any aspiring fighter or fight fan who doesn't fit into the traditional masculine norms suffers from it. Suffers for it. The Fury situation closes off what's already a niche sport too far, too many more people, and it only looks to get worse. Fury's contract calls for 2 fights a year, and it is rumored that his next one will take place against Kubrat Pulev. Pulev, a 38-year-old Bulgarian heavyweight who'd be another warm-up partner for Fury, grabbed a female reporter and forcibly kissed her on the lips after he won his last fight in March. Joe Tessitore probably won't have time to mention that incident during the lead-up to the fight. He'll be busy once again trying to convince us that Tyson Fury is worthy of respect and admiration. What's up, fight fans? This is 3K the Boss, man. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, man, subscribers, people that are just peeping this video, etc., etc. Man, this is a state of emergency. This is a state of emergency for all sanctioning bodies, for every boxer, every kid that wants to come up and aspires to be boxers, etc., etc. Now, when I first read this, this article was brought to my attention because it was on the top page of my Google. And it was basically stating on Tyson Fury, his coming out in America for his debut, then ESPN and ESPN Plus, top rank in Queensbury, building him up to make him a big American draw and make him that American champion. So I was listening to the article, I was feeling it. They said a lot of great things in the article pertaining to what was basically taking place, considering that we all knew that this was a fixed fight for Tom Schwartz to come in to look exactly how he was going to look against somebody of Tyson Fury caliber and basically make him look great to boost his profile. Now, he did knock him out in a spectacular fashion that moved him along very well. But then the journalist continues to go into how they started speaking on how they are transgender and making it about themselves, calling themselves a transgender woman. And I'm not going to go into all of that. Basically, it is a man that is pretending to be a woman. And they were saying how they were speaking on Tyson's old tweets or Instagram or whatever, and how he said things that he said about homosexuality, about, how they're trying to usher homosexuality on the world and legalize gay marriages across the world, and it is condemning human beings to it will leave us in eternal damnation, basically. Now, Tyson Fury's religious beliefs are his religious beliefs. So how he stands as a Christian, I don't have any problem with that. For me, I stand Christian as well. And I have a firm belief in balance and energy of the world. And as I look around the world and I look outside every day, I see a male bird and a female bird engaged in intercourse. I see male and female lions. I see lions, tigers, bears, all animals of the animal kingdom outside of a seahorse. But most of them follow their female counterparts because that is embedded into you, because that is your genetic makeup that makes up who you are. You know, a male is supposed to be fond of a female due to the out of love, out of just the way we are genetically made. And also, you know, when we look for a partner, you look for, you know what I mean, what your penis or your vagina attracts you to, and that's usually your other counterparts. Now, I say this is a state of emergency on boxing because I'm saying this. It's a lot of backhanded statements from the homosexual community, in my eyes, to try to nitpick on this gentleman's past because he's coming over here and because he's a larger-than-life figure for the LGBTQ and the Gay Mafia to try to simmer down his approach on life to probably get him to bow down and basically apologize for his success, apologize for his indoctrinated beliefs as a Christian, and apologize for genuinely who he is as a human being. And what Tyson Fury was saying was right. And I don't think he should defer from his statements because we lived in a different time then than we do now. A lot of the outlandish behavior now that is acceptable doesn't necessarily make things right in the world. Children are allowed to decide what gender they are before they are even old enough to pretty much figure out what their penis is even used for. Now that is a general freaking contradiction to life that is just fucked up and is just all the way wrong. So basically what I'm saying is this whole minority, because when I was growing up, you know, if you were gay, you were a faggot, you was a punk, you was a bitch, you was all types of shit. But now, we live in an era to where it's okay to have two dads, it's okay to have two moms, it's okay, you know, for your child to decide they want to be a boy or a girl, and etc. And because they have those beliefs, and we're not bothering them for what they believe in, I might not agree with homosexuality or transgender beliefs, but hey, I don't have to lay with that person, I don't have to live with that person, and they can do however they like to do. Does it make me want to disrespect that individual? Absolutely not, because I don't have to walk in their shoes, so I don't have to deal with that. But you want to do what is absolutely different and what is absolutely, you know, a genetic question mark to, you know, all reproductive status in the world. Because truthfully, I have no problem with how you want to live your life. You can live your life however you want it. But this is where I have the problem. Why is it that you just can't be homosexual and just happy with you know, your sexual preference if that's what you choose? But no, y'all feel as though you got to integrate in everything in the freaking society. It's not just enough to be homosexual and to just not be persecuted and allowed to live the way you want without bothering anybody. Everything has to have a sense of flamboyance on it. Oh my God, the NBA, straight men. Man, we need to add some rainbow to it. Boxing, straight masculine men. Let's add some rainbow to it. So basically everything that is normal and where everything that is balanced in the world, you want to add imbalance to it. That is all I'm saying. You're trying to add imbalance to the boxing world. Now, if this fembot or this woman that wants to be a man jumps in the ring with a person that is truly of that genetic makeup and they genuinely get hurt by that individual, then it's going to come down with, oh my God, they should have never been in the ring anyway. And the person who put the punishment in is going to get prosecuted for it. Not the other way around. So you're attacking Tyson Fury for having, you know, his religious beliefs and what he truly believes is right or wrong. But we can't attack you guys for what we feel as though is right or wrong, because honestly, we live in a society where everything is backwards. And spell live backwards. That spells evil. So you put that in perspective. It is absolutely evil to live backwards. So with that being said, I'm not for the bullshit. Y'all just gotta watch the move. They're trying to add homosexuality to boxing. They're trying to add homosexuality in your life. They're just trying to sprinkle it in everything and every way that we live. But we're not trying to infringe on their way of life. Hey man, this is, you know, you're free. You have the right to live however you want. You have the right to leave whatever impression on people that you want. But when it comes to the fact that you're trying to put it on children and you're trying to put it on and you're trying to change the way sports and the way they're played and how they are viewed and turn it into a circus sideshow, that's why I have a problem, man. Leave boxing the way it is. Don't try to, don't try to come for the sport and act like, this person is a horrible individual because he's being promoted by ESPN and acting like other boxers aren't getting pushed to the forefront. You have marquee players and then you have role players. Tyson Fury is a marquee player, so he gets pushed by his promotional machine, by his broadcasting machine, the same way Anthony Joshua does and Deontay Wilder does. And you don't need to speak up for them because you're speaking from a male point of view with, with female hormones that are injected to you, coming out and, your vocabulary. Basically what I'm saying is you are a male fan that loves the sport of boxing, so that's your testosterone and all that shit that attracts you to the sport, and then you're trying to sprinkle, with all of the lessons that you teach on yourself and the feelings that you've gathered for yourself to change the sport around. So because you're transgender, the rest of the world thinks transgender? Absolutely not. Because you guys are the minority of the world trying to become the majority. And it's funny that you guys always infringe on everything that as masculine men have going on. We don't do that to women. We don't show up and fucking raid baby showers. We don't show up and raid gay clubs or whatever. We leave you to whatever it is that you like. We don't fucking bomb and blow up fucking gay clubs because you have them. We let you fucking dance all night to fucking Raining Men. So you're saying Tyson Fury's performance of Aerosmith was cringy. What would you rather, him come out to fucking Rocket Man or some shit like that? Well, regardless of whatever it is, and not that I have a problem with Elton John. He's a fucking very talented musician. My whole thing is this. So everybody should do things the way you, as a homosexual male, female, or a person that has chopped up their body parts to become someone else, we are supposed to live that way. Because that sounds like a whole bunch of confusion. And you're trying to add confusion with your Rainbow Coalition to the sport, and I won't stand for it, and I won't have it. Man, eagles fly with eagles, and they sleep with eagles. Fucking birds sleep with fucking female birds. Every animal in the animal kingdom sleeps with female animals. So me, as the, so us as men, we sleep with women just like women are supposed to court men. We don't chop up our fucking body parts, try to tell ourselves to be something else, and then, flamboyantly scream it out so the world can freaking see it and try to use your platform for journalism to speak on your transgender issues instead of the fact of, accepting it for. Because let's not forget one thing. Y'all chose to live this way. You chose to live this way. You chose to, manufacture your body parts, have them shipped in from here, fucking rainbowbodyparts.com, wherever the fuck you get them from. You chose to live that way. So you're choosing to live this way, and it has always been a male sleeps with a woman, followed all the way down to the animal kingdom since the beginning of time. You chose to live that way. You chose to bring these type of suspect eyes to your attention. So now when you're getting the weird looks, or people think it's strange, or they think it's weird or evil to live backwards, like it's spelled, you have a problem with that and you don't like it. Well, Jesus might not have liked fucking, dying for everybody's sins so that we all could live, but he did it. Man, I'm not going to stay on this all day, man. Y'all got to watch for the jooks, man. Watch for it. They are really, really, really trying to turn our sport into something else, and I will not stand for it. You're trying to put this on our kids. You're trying to put this on sports where ultimately it's going to get to kids. If you choose to live that way and you're an adult and that's what you chose in your own life, that is on you, that you chose to explore and you figured that you like, you like fucking warm tea better than chilled tea. I don't know what to fucking say. I'm trying to be as nice as I can about this shit, but it's not cool. The journalistic point of view that this author chose was absolutely authentic up until they got to the part about their homosexual issues. Now, like I said, leave it out of the sport. If the sport wanted it, the sport would ask for it, but it has been doing fine just like every other sport without it. No flamboyancy from the rainbow community needed. Respect.